Hey everybody, Spencer Jones here with Jones In to Get Fit and our live cooking show back at my home kitchen. That's right, you are in my house. Welcome to the Jones In household, ladies and gentlemen. We have a really awesome recipe set for you today. It is steak fried rice. It's going to take a little bit of prepping to make this one happen, so it's not something you could just whip out right away. It's going to take a little bit of prep, but you can do it. I know you can. It's really not going to be that long or that hard for that matter. It's still an easy recipe. Just a couple ingredients that I will help you make and show you what to do for those of you that are new to it. All right, but before we get into the cooking, a really quick shout out to the Milwaukee Beachbody Super Saturday. So Super Saturday happening April 8th in 2017, right? So this weekend happening in Milwaukee, the Super Saturday event is going on. They have a couple speakers there. There's a live workout, and just you get along with a bunch of other people who are into fitness and healthy and helping other people be healthy and fit. And you get to hear a great speaker, and you get to hear another speaker. I don't know if he's great or not. I don't know. It's me. So you get to hear me talk about helping you discover your why, and I combine kayak fishing, choir directing, and all this fitness stuff into helping you figure out what works for you and helping you go after your goals. So that's happening this Saturday. It is a free event if you're not a Beachbody coach. So check it out. It is this Saturday, April 8th in Milwaukee. I'll put in the comments below the link for it after the show. All right, let me turn off this light here. It's a little bright so you can see me a little bit better. There we go. It's a little darker, but I think you can make it out just fine. Okay, let's get into the cooking show tonight. So we are making, again, this wonderful, delicious steak fried rice, folks. It is going to be amazing. I think you're going to love it. So let's walk you through what you need. First, as you can see on the stovetop, right, we have two pans. We have a big pan this time, right? Non-stick, you could use, if you have a big, you're going to need a big pan. So if you have a cast iron big pan, that works, a pot, something like that, that'll work just fine. And I got a small pan. You can do this all in one pan if you want. It's going to take an extra step, but I'm just using two pans just to speed it up a little bit. All right, you are going to need about 2 cups of rice. You can use quinoa if you want, white rice, but really I highly suggest the brown rice, whole grain brown rice. Look at that, about 2 cups worth. This hot. I don't know if you saw the steam coming off it. What? It's hard to see, but it's steaming. Just literally finished cooking right before I press live on the video. So, fun stuff. Also, you're going to need that one. I'll bring you over here. So as we're looking at stuff, if you could share this video, just go down there, press share. Like, hey friends, look at this, it's awesome. Please watch Spencer go crazy and be weird, right? So if you could share it and like it, love it. If you want to comment, I love your comments too. Okay, so you need pans. You need about 2 cups of rice or starch of some kind, right? Soy sauce. Now, I highly suggest low sodium soy sauce. I don't have low sodium. I'm just trying to finish up the little bit of stuff we have. I'll show you how I'm going to make that sucker work. You need oil of some type. I have grapeseed oil. I highly suggest this, grapeseed oil, as opposed to olive oil for this recipe, especially since we're working with meat, because we're going to work with steak. Oh, yeah. Yeah, let's leave the chicken and turkey aside today, folks. We're going after the meat. We have celery chopped up here into, I cut it in half for the bigger sections of it. I don't know. Where's the camera? There it is. And then just into small pieces like that. You can chop it up more if you want. Minced up some garlic. That just means you chopped it up all small. So I got all that. Then we have sugar snap peas here. You can see the bag, right? Sugar snap peas. Oh, look at that. I took it out of the package. Get rid of the package. I don't need that anymore. And then I cut them in half. Sometimes I cut them in thirds. If I can grab one, I'll show you. Cut in thirds. And then we have a carrot. You need 2 carrots. I got another one here. Some ginger. Always fun. Ground ginger. I got a little bit of water there in this dish, so I'm going to use that for the soy sauce. I'll show you what you need. You need 2 eggs, farm fresh eggs. Pleasant Hill Farms, way to go, out of Forest Junction. Find the local eggs, folks. It makes a difference for the farmers, for your taste buds, for your health. Really, it's just a way to go. And then you need a cup of coffee. to help you get through, and a leek. Ooh, look at that cool thing, huh? We're gonna show you how to cut that sucker up if you don't know, and we're gonna help you out be amazing chefs. So first things first. First thing, make your rice. Get that done. Or quinoa, or whatever you're gonna use. Make it. I'll wait. It's okay. No, it's all right. I'll wait for you to make it. While I'm waiting, people could comment. Great, you made your rice. Congratulations. Hooray! Rice is made. Beautiful. Now you got to start your meat. You want to start cooking that right away. So we're going to turn on our burner on about a high, medium high-ish heat. And we're going to put a little bit of our grapeseed oil in there. So we're just going to put a little dab of grapeseed oil. Actually, more like 2 dabs. Probably like a tablespoon and a half, 2 tablespoons worth. We're going to let that heat up in the pan before we add anything. As that's heating up here, I'm going to show you how I like to cut. I'll shut this light off. It's really interesting how these lights work. Hopefully you can see it all right. I know it's a little tricky with lighting. I don't know here. Let's see. I got an idea. Hold on 1 second, folks. We're going to see if we can make the lighting better around here for you. We shut those off. Does that help you out at all? Hey, look, we can see a little better now. Cool. Let's mix up our lighting. Okay, so this is a medium-sized carrot. I notice I have the skin still on. Now the skin has lots and lots of vitamins in here. Actually, that's where a lot of the vitamins are, all in the skin, kind of like an apple, right? So you want to leave that on. You could peel it, but then you're peeling away the goodness. So what I do is I wash them up really good. They're dry, so I wash them up a while back. And you scrub them down, even with your hand, just get the dirt out. And then, if you want these into bite size, you could just leave them like this if you want, and cut them in slices or slivers. But I like them to be chopped up like this, right? So you get the small pieces kind of like that, right? So something that's more going to be in pork fried rice. So what I do is I take the knife, I put it in the top part here, I hold down the sides of the carrot with my fingers, and I just create a little indent here so it's stuck in, and then I push down a little bit with this hand, with my left hand, and then with my right, and I cut the carrot in roughly half. All of a sudden broken half, right, or close to. Put that on the ends, and I split those in half, doing the same idea. Putting the knife in one end, and I slit it down and cut it the rest of the way. In, 2 fingers, center, down, done. Now, we got 4 slivers of carrots. I don't know how you do it. First, before I do this, I should say I topped and bottomed them, so I just cut off the bottom, cut off the top, just a little bit. You don't want to leave those on there. So I just cut off that off a little bit. And now, all I'm going to do here, see if I can show you at this cool angle, is I'm just going to slice it. Usually when you get a big knife like this, you want to slice in the middle to last 3/4 part of the knife. Hold them down with a couple fingers, and now you can decide your size. Again, I like them small, so I'm going to keep my cuts closer together. Notice how I slow up when I get to my fingers. I don't want to slice my fingers. That'd be sad. Wouldn't be the first time we've had blood on the show, but hopefully we won't. So I cut it up all nice and fine. Now we're just going to add it to our other ones here. And that's how you cut up a carrot real quickly. I'm sure a lot of people know how to do it, but you know what? We're all learning something new sometimes, so we all have to learn how to do that at one point. Maybe I just showed you how. All right, now our oil should be set. I'm turning back up here. Our oil should be all set. Just moving that around the pan a little bit. It's enough to cover the sides, and it's moving around really good, so nice and warm. So now we're going to put our steak in. Now the steak I bought was already, it's steak tips already, right? So, hold on here. You should hear the sizzle. Oh yeah. That's what I'm talking about. I have a wooden spoon. We're just going to break it up here. Now, I marinated this steak a little bit, just a little bit of olive oil. I marinate it with olive oil, and then I put a little bit of ginger on it, and then I also put a little garlic powder on it as well. I didn't use regular garlic cloves, I used garlic powder. Said ginger, garlic powder, a little bit of grapeseed oil, olive oil, and then I sprinkled on like 4 dabs of soy sauce, right? And that's all. And that I let marinate for about an hour. So we're going to let this sucker cook here. and get mostly cooked through, like 90% cooked. Now everyone likes their steak a little bit differently. These are bigger hunks of steak. If you bought steak, you obviously want to get, I shouldn't say obviously, you want to get the lean version, right? Because we're starting to stay healthy and fit and all that good stuff. The extra fat, you don't need on it, really. So you're gonna have enough flavors coming through everything else. Get the lean steak. I have the lean beef tips that I got, or steak tips, so that we're going as healthy as possible and not get all the fat. We're gonna make sure it's on high so we can cook these down. You're gonna stir that every couple minutes. So we're gonna keep coming back to that in just a little bit. Okay, so now, just a piece of carrot. Well, I guess we can sprinkle on a little bit more. Nah, we'll wait on the ginger. I already marinated. Why add more, right? Okay, let's show you how to take care of this leek, right? So first you rinse it off, make sure it's clean. And then you're gonna chop off right when it starts feathering out. So you wanna chop it off. It starts turning dark green. You want to chop it off right when it starts turning dark green. So right about there. And then you also want to tail it, right? So take off a little bit of the bottom, like just a little bit. So top of where it starts turning like or dark green. Beautiful. Now, if I remember right, you can use those. It's been a while though. I'd have to look it up. You should look it up if that's something you're interested in. Just gotta tail it now. Boom. Okay. So now I'm going to do the same idea that I did with the, stir this quick. Same thing with leek, cutting it, as I did with the carrots. Put the end in, the knife in one side, roughly halfway through, and then using my 2 fingers to grab on, cut down. Now I want these smaller pieces, so I don't need it crazy. I didn't cut all the way through. So there we go. We got our 2 halves. And you notice a leek here. Right? It's kind of like a celery stalk in multiple layers, right? So you just want that. You're going to turn it over again. Now here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put it in thirds. So I cut it in half, and I'm cutting the half into thirds. So all I'm doing is I'm gently holding with my fingers at, cutting it into roughly a 1/3 angle. So, I don't know, 45 and 45 degrees, something like that. Math isn't my strong point. Is it, Katie? Nah, see, not my strong point. She hates when I throw her in videos like that. And now I'm just going to dice it up like I did with the carrot. So fingers, 3 fingers again, and we're cutting it up nice and small. And you just keep going. We're going to add a whole leek in here, just because we're crazy like that. So that's one. There we go. Here's the second one. Let me stir this. See, this is the fun part. Showing you live here. Yeah, don't have us all stuff pre-cooked here. I'm going to turn up even more. I want this up faster here. You just got to keep twisting and churning. That's why it works. It's nice to have a little corner like this. If you have a counter, you just make it work for you. So again, put the half down on the flat side. And now I'm cutting into roughly thirds. Do the best you can. If you make a mistake, it's okay. You're going to make it. And then we go down. This is like the best part, right? Get your fingers down. You just chop. Again, halfway, 3/4, keeping the tip of the knife down. Cruising. Push in. Clean it up a little bit. There we go. Smells good. Move it back. Now, I'm not that talented of a good chef where I can like slide my fingers back and keep cutting at the same time. Sorry, I'm not Chef Ramsay. Like to be. One day it'd be kind of cool. I'd like to meet him. That'd be awesome. Heck, meet any like world-renowned chef. How sweet would that be? All right. So that end kind of folded in half. So what happens? You just chop it up. You find it. You chop it. It's not the end of the world. So that one leek produced this much. All right. It's hard to see with the lighting. But look at all that. What crazy? So if you have any questions about anything I'm doing or something pops in your head, you're like, hey, what's that? Well, how do you do this? Ask. It's okay to ask questions. I like answering questions. As a matter of fact, that's how we all learn, right? It's by asking each other and helping each other out. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comments. I hope I see them all. I don't know. I see write a comment. I don't know. It's crazy. Hopefully. All right, our steak is still cooking, still cruising here. We're trying to get it cooking and growing there. All right, so now we have our steak cooking. We got our carrots cut, peas, celery, what's that other stuff called? Garlic and leek all cut up. This is our pan I marinated the meat. I'm just gonna put it over here in the sink. Perfect. Okay, so now as this meat's cooking, we're gonna start our eggs because fried rice needs eggs, right? It's so delicious. And that pork fried rice, this is steak fried rice, but it's a whole meal, right? It's not just the rice. This is the whole meal you get here, folks. So we're gonna turn on that back burner. That fits that small pan to about medium, right? Nice little medium heat. Let that heat up a little bit. We're gonna put, you could use olive oil for this. I'm just gonna use grapeseed oil because that's what I have out. I'm just gonna put a little bit of oil there, not much. Stir this quick. Let that heat up in the pan. So now, here's the crazy part. You don't want to make this like we did the scrambled eggs a while back. So you want this to be a little bit different. We have our eggs, garden fresh eggs, or garden fresh. Yeah, he's grew them in the garden. Dug them out this morning, garden fresh eggs. Or they're like fresh farm eggs, right? That's what you want. Garden fresh. Losing my mind. So you just plop them in there. Now, this is going to be a little different. We're going to add a little bit of water. You could add milk if you want. We're just going to add a little bit of water, like a teaspoon's worth of water. And we're going to mix up. I just grabbed a knife. If you have a little spatula, that works too. I know it's hard to see with the lighting. And then all we're doing is whisking them up, beating them up here, so that the yolk and the egg whites all mix together. Kind of like you're making scrambled eggs. Not our elevated scrambled eggs, just, you know, how most people make scrambled eggs, because they're not elevated, because I didn't watch the Jones and to Get Fit live cooking show, which you can solve by sharing it with them, right? So you can do that. Our meat's really cooking now. Our meat's cooking. I'm so funny. Not really. All right, our smaller tips are getting done. Our bigger ones here still need a little bit of time, so we're gonna let that stay on there. Cooking away. Our oil in the back's getting nice and warm here. Yeah, you can see that from over there. You're good. I don't need to move the camera. You got this. So our eggs are all beat up. I beat up the eggs. It's so mean of me. I don't know what they did. They're so mean. They deserved it though. I'll tell you. The eggs deserved it. We're going to put that right in the pan in the back. Scrape as much of those eggs out of there. So again, that's 2 eggs, like a teaspoon of water. You don't even need that. You can use milk if you want. You put that dish over by the sink, so I don't have to worry about it. And then we got a spatula. Spatula I use for the rice. That's good. Rice is good. And we're gonna let that sit. We're gonna let the eggs sit till they're almost set. We're not even gonna like flip them and churn them and do that. We will a couple times, but not many. All right, our steak's getting ready here. Let me, I'll bring you over here so you can smell it, because I know you're dying over there. You're wishing. Rice doesn't smell much. Look at that steak cooking up there. Eggs in the back, just chillaxing. What? Crazy. The steak is what you're talking about. All the goodness on the side of the pan too. My, oh my, folks, you won't want to miss it. As a matter of fact, I could talk, really. It's hard some days, but I can. I think I'll have some extra. So if you get your buns over here in like the next 10 minutes, you might get yourself some steak fried rice made by your man, Spencer Jones. That would be me, just in case you're confused. Yeah. All right, as meat's finishing up here and as this is going down, I have a question for you. What do you like seeing on this show? Put it in the comments below. What do you like seeing me cook? What are you interested in? What kind of questions do you have? Do you like knowing about breakfast foods, dinners, lunches, snacks? Maybe you have a challenge for me, like, hey, I got this really disgustingly unhealthy recipe that I absolutely love. What can I do to make it healthy? Ask me. I love those kind of questions. And we will, or I will, make it into a healthy recipe. It'll hopefully taste pretty close. And we can have some fun. All right, our steak tips are going. They're starting to get browned up real nicely on the sides. All right, we're gonna give our eggs one stir here. They're starting to get a little bubbly on the sides. The center's still liquidy, but the sides are bubbling up here. I'm gonna burn myself here. I'm turn the pan around. So I'm just gonna fold it up into itself a little bit and cut it just gently. I'll show you what that looks like in a second. Now I'm breaking up so it more covers the pan. Ooh, yeah. Turn that down. We don't need it to burn it. See, so that's what the eggs look like after I churn them a couple times. There's a steak cooking. So here's what we're going to do. We are going to take the steak off, turn that back down to medium high. We're going to take this off. Got a plate here. And we're just going to put we'll go to the side so you can see it. We're going to put the steak on the plate. Look at all that goodness right there. All right, you see all that goodness there on that? That's all right, we're going to use that. We're not going to worry about cleaning that at all. We're going to keep that on there. And we're going to add a little bit of oil. So grapeseed oil. Again, another 2 tablespoons worth. And now we're going to have some fun. Now we're going to add the carrots. Boom, time for carrots. Ready? Boom. Ooh, I hear it sizzling up already. We're going to do carrots. And now we're going to do garlic. A minced up garlic. Get that in there. The leeks and celery, we're going to wait for just a little bit. We're going to really quickly stir our eggs and shut them off because they are done. Oops, wrong one. Let's shut off the right burner. That's why I didn't do more than one burner. I forget. So here's what our eggs look like when they're all done. So all I'm doing here is I'm just gently chopping them up into big bits. See, it's hard to hold it up and do it. So I'm just using the spatula and splitting them up into big bits. I'll do more of that off because, like in fried rice, right, you want bits of eggs. That's okay if it cools off, it'll heat up again, don't worry. It's gonna be okay, folks. It's gonna be okay. There we go. All right, let's give these carrots here and garlic a stir. All right, I can already smell that garlic starting to cook up here. It's beautiful. We're going to add a little bit of ginger, so we got ground ginger here. We're just going to give that 3 sprinkles. 1, 2, 3, a 4th one for good luck because I like, lying about those numbers. So we have 4, beautiful. Now, here's what I'm going to do. We have soy sauce. Get the low sodium. If you have low sodium or even if you don't, here's how we're going to make it go farther so you're not killing yourself with all the sodium. I have about a tablespoon and a half of water. About a tablespoon and a half. Put that right there. Now, I'm going to put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 drops of soy sauce in the water. That's it. And here we're going to add it. So what that water does, and then you want to stir it right away. What that water does with the soy sauce is basically, it reduces it down so it's not quite as potent because, let's be realistic, folks, you don't need all that sodium in the soy sauce. A little goes a long way. So if you need to cover a lot of veggies, a lot of different things, put it in there, put it in water, and then put it in. Or oil, and put it in if you need to do that. All right. So we're cooking now. It's doing good. I have it on about a medium-high heat. We're going to add the leeks in. We're going to add all of that sucker in. Yummy, yummy, yummy. It's going to be in my tummy soon. There's a lot of leek. It's going to be gorgeous. All right. So we got the leek added. Now we're going to add peas. Now, if you don't like peas at all, you can use green beans, right? You can use broccoli, anything you want. I just like peas to mix it up a little bit. Peas are one of my favorite vegetables. Oh, look, a little extra. Oh, no, save me now. Tasty. And there's our 3 celery stalks. Now we're just mixing it all up. You know, that soy sauce water mixture all up in this business, heating it all up. And might need a bigger pan. Again! This is crazy. I do. It's the fun part of cooking, right? Making mistakes, trying again. I make mistakes too, folks. If you're commenting, I'm very sorry I don't see it because for some reason my phone's decided to be lame and not show me. So I apologize. I will get to your comments after the show and answer any questions. So I apologize I'm not answering them live. If you put this on YouTube or whatever else later on you're commenting, I'll try to get to you as soon as possible. I'm going to add a little bit more water here because we need just a little bit more in the pan. So I have about a 1/4 cup more water, maybe like a 1/3 really. I'm going to put that in here. You have about a 1/4 cup's worth, a little bit extra for later. That's going to help steam those vegetables. Also, get the tastiness off the sides of the pan. Perfect. All right, now our last couple ingredients, folks. Got all the cooking finished, chopping up these eggs here. I know it's a longer show tonight, but it's going to be well worth it. It's going to be so amazing. All right, now we're going to add our steak tips. Look at those suckers. So you add the steak tips to the mix. Talking's hard for me today. I struggle with it. All right. So those were our steak tips. I had just over a pound of those. And as you can see, it's already quite green and beautiful. I really should have picked a bigger pan. I took the biggest one I had. Oh my gosh. That's okay. And now about our 2 cups of rice. We're going to mix that in. I'm just going to be very delicate when I stir it. That'll work, right? Just be delicate? Yeah, why not? So, you want to do the rice or whatever you have to your specifications needed. Then we're going to add our eggs. And there we are, folks. Then all you do is stir it. If you're an idiot like me and stirring, I still have it on like about a medium high heat here, just to keep it going. Just be careful how you stir it, so it doesn't like fly all over the kitchen or all into your stove. Sad day. All right, stir up just a little more, and we'll bring you over to it. Invite you all over dinner. Already did. You're all welcome. And here is, ladies and gentlemen, the Jonesin' to Get Fit live cooking shows. Dinner for you. Steak, fried rice. It smells amazing in here. Check it out. Boom, folks. Look at that. Look how delicious that sucker is. Give some thumbs up. Give that some loving, folks. That's right. Go like this video. Share it up. Tell people that Jonesin' to Get Fit is the place to be. You get live cooking shows with a crazy guy. And you get fitness tips. You get motivation. You get workout moves. You get to see me fail at things and have fun and be silly. Right? How awesome is that? Thank you, folks, for watching today. I really appreciate you taking time out of your day and spending it with me. It really means the world to me. If there's something that you would like to see, a challenge or meal or anything like that, hit me up, let me know. Put in the comments below, message me, right? If you're watching this on YouTube, feel free to email me, jonesintogetfit@gmail.com. I'm here to help you guys out. I can't wait to enjoy this dinner. It looks amazing. Yum, yum. Can't wait. Be sure you sign up for my weekly so you get all the latest articles, all the good stuff coming out. And I hope to see you at Super Saturday this Saturday, April 8th, in Milwaukee, where you get to hear me talk and all the good stuff. Thanks for joining me, folks. Have a great night. Be sure to like, share this video, and yeah, thanks for everything. Go be healthy, go be fit. Have a great week. Catch y'all later.